Former President Obasanjo says Nigeria has disappointed itself, Africa, and the world. Governor Malam Umar Namadi calls farmers to support his agricultural revolution agenda. Tension in Spain as no clear winner for general election. Today is 6th Muharram 1445 after the hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is equivalent to 24th July 2023. I am Salamatun Aliman with the news in full. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo decreed Nigeria's inability to live up to expectations since it got independence about 63 years ago, stressing that the country had not only disappointed itself but also Africa and the world. Obasanjo disclosed this while delivering the keynote address at the public presentation of the book titled Reclaiming the Jewel of Africa, written by former Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, who also served as Minister of Finance, Olusegun Aganga. The book was unveiled by President Bola Tinubu through his special advisor on monetary policy, Olawale Edun. The event, which was held in Abuja, witnessed a larger turnout of past and current senior government officials as former President Goodluck Jonathan and Obasanjo spoke virtually. In his address at the program, Obasanjo said over the last 63 years, Nigeria have not lived up to expectations, stressing that the country had not only disappointed itself but also Africa, black race, and the world in general. He, however, stated that what Segun Aganga has tried to identify, itemize, and recommend in his book is the way forward. Civil society groups flooded major streets in Benin City, Edo State, to protest the recent increase in price of petrol and nationwide hardship. The groups under the aegis of Edo civil society organizations lamented the high cost of governance exhibited by politicians at the expense of the poor Nigerians. According to the groups, the federal government ought to have provided palliatives that will cushion the pangs of fuel subsidy removal before implementing it. It should be recalled that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited last Tuesday increased the price of petrol to 617 naira per litre in Abuja, while other places like Jigawa are selling at 620 naira and above. In his inaugural speech, President Bola Tinubu had declared an end to subsidy of fuel, and this jacked the litre of petrol from 197 to above 500 naira across the country. Tinubu, in his bid to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians, proposed to give 8,000 naira to 12 million households for 6 months, a measure that was suspended over a barrage of criticism. Nigerians are faced with hardship currently as the increment in the price of petrol has adversely affected the cost of living, including transportation, food, and other goods and services. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu, has declared that the commission never received any direct funding from international development partners for the 2023 general elections. INEC chairman made the declaration today while meeting with civil society organizations, CSOs, on the review of the 2023 general election in Abuja. Mahmoud Yakubu emphasized that it has been a long-standing policy of the present commission not to receive direct funding and cash transfers from sources other than the federal government. According to him, the commission received only indirect support from international development partners during the exercise. He, however, commended the CSOs for their support during the general elections, saying that their recommendations have been very helpful to the electoral process. Bauchi State Governor Bala Abdulkadir Muhammad has submitted a list of 23 nominees to the State House of Assembly for screening and confirmation as commissioners. Newsman reports that the 23 nominees cut across all the 20 local government areas of the state. The list contains names of individuals who served as commissioners in the first tenure of the governor. The Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly disclosed this at plenary earlier today. He said the governor requested the House to screen and confirm the nominees for appointment as commissioners and members of the State Executive Council in line with the provision of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. The news is coming to you from the studios of Saba Radio. More news after this short break. Stay tuned.
This is News on the Hour, Swaba Radio FM. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Governor Malam Umar Namadi has approved the appointment of Yusuf Adam Babara as new Managing Director of Jigawa State Radio Corporation. This was contained in a statement signed by the Secretary to the Government of Jigawa State, Malam Bala Ibrahim. A veteran journalist, the new Managing Director has been a professional broadcaster, worked with Radio Nigeria Kaduna, and also served as Special Assistant on Radio to the Governor from 2019 to May 2023. Similarly, the Governor has also approved the appointment of Abba Muhammad Tukur as the new Managing Director of Jigawa State Television JTV. Until his appointment, Abba Tukur was manager commercial of the Jigawa State Television JTV. The statement said the appointment of the appointees is based on merit, competence, and personal integrity. Malam Bala Ibrahim urged the appointees to work diligently for sound execution of the present administration's policies and programs. The statement explained that both the appointments take immediate effects. The Jigawa State Governor, Malam Umar Namadi, has called on members of the State House of Assembly to join hands with the executive in prioritizing the collective interest of the state above any other interest. Governor Namadi made the call in Miga while speaking during the grand occasion organized in honor of the Speaker of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, Honorable Haruna Aliyu Gayatin. The governor also called on the farmers and the state to support his agricultural revolution agenda and other policies designed to improve the state economy and social development. He said there is a need for farmers to consult the extension workers for advice on any problem they found on their farms. They shall also use modern farming techniques and other available implements to improve their production. He then commended the Mega Development Initiative for organizing the occasion in honor of their proud son, Honorable Haruna Aliyu Engiatin, and congratulate the Mega constituency for having Aliyu as a good representative. Earlier speaking, the Speaker, Honorable Haruna Aliyu, expressed his gratitude to Almighty Allah, Governor Namadi, Miga constituency, and all well wishes for the honor given to him, and described it as a source of inspiration and encouragement in public service. 8 people have been reported killed and 15 others seriously injured in a road accident along the Malam-Maduri-Berniwa Road in Jigawa State. The accident, which happened on Sunday night, involved 3 commercial vehicles, Golf 3, J5 and Hilux, Akorikura, carrying passengers from Hadija and Jaji Maji Market in Yobe State, according to a witness who spoke to newsmen. He claimed that the head-on collision that caused the fatalities was a result of overspeeding and risky overtaking. The incident was also confirmed by Alhaji Baba, the chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Owners, NATO, in Berniwa local government area. He further stated that the dead and the injured were taken to Berniwa General Hospital. According to him, 15 people were hurt and are currently receiving medical attention, while 6 passengers have been confirmed dead. Berniwa Local Government Council Chairman Omar Baffa was among those who attended the funeral prayer for the deceased at Makari Village Cemetery in Fagi ward of Berniwa Local Government. Kano State has lost 2 former commissioners who served during the past administration of Abdullah Umar Ganduje to death within the last 3 days. Al-Hassan Muhammad Dawaki and Barrister Zubaida Damakka, who were commissioners for local government and chieftaincy affairs as well as budget and economic planning respectively, passed away on Friday. Dawaki died after battling a brief illness at the age of 79 and left behind wives and 15 children. An associate of the late Zubaida Damakka, who is a former senior special assistant to the governor on social media, Abubakar Amin Ibrahim, confirmed her death, saying she died in Abuja after a brief illness, leaving behind 3 children and a husband. Their funeral prayers took place in Kano yesterday, according to Islamic rites. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf acknowledged the significant loss that Dawaki's demise represented while offering prayers for the strength and resilience of the grieving family, wishing them solace during the difficult period of mourning. Nigerian music star David Adeleke, fondly known as Davido, has deleted the much controversial music video of his Signy Logos Olori after facing intense backlash online. On Saturday, Davido came under fire from many Muslims on social media for posting a 45-second video on Twitter. The video, which many Muslim commentators describe as offensive, showed a group of men dressed for and ostensibly in a Muslim prayer session suddenly turned to dancing and singing. They accused the rites and rituals with song and dance. They also called on him to delete the video and apologize. Notable Nigerian celebrities such as and deleted the video. Down to international scene. Although the Conservative People's Party (PP) of Spain's opposition leader Alberto Núñez Feijóo won the most seats in Sunday's general election, it fell short of claiming an absolute majority. Spain now faces the difficult task of forming a government after the snap paramilitary elections produced no clear winner. Even if the People's Party formed a coalition with the right-wing populist Vox, it still fell short of having enough seats to govern. The situation in the left camp was not much better. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Socialist Worker Party, with the help of several smaller parties, could mathematically form a majority, but it was very unlikely that his coalition government will be relaunched. Observers were now speaking of a new election. Sanchez will need the support of the Catalan Separatist Party of former regional leader Carles Puigdemont, which was considered unlikely. Meanwhile, a grand coalition between PP and PSOE was considered out of the question because of the strong polarization of the two camps. The EU's fourth largest economy, which held the council presidency until the end of the year, is thus likely to face a deadlock and possibly another election. In Sudan, about 435 children have been killed and 2,025 injured since violence broke out 3 months ago, according to a statement issued by the United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF. UNICEF Deputy Executive Director Ted Chebane says the impact that this conflict has had on children in Sudan over the last 100 days is unfathomable. In total, the United Nations Children's Agency has received reports of 2,500 child rights violations so far, but the number is actually likely to be much higher, the statement said. Chebane, who is currently in Sudan, added that every day children are killed, injured, abducted, and witness schools, hospitals, and vital infrastructure being damaged, destroyed, or looted. In Sudan, former Vice President Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, RSF militia, a paramilitary made up of tens of thousands of fighters that emerged from Arab militias in Darfur, is fighting the armed forces led by de facto President Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. A day after at least 33 people died when a building collapsed in Cameroon's business hub, Douala, neighbors recalled Monday the structure failing and cracks, fearing more bodies lie under the ruins. The 4-story block of flats collapsed onto another residential building in the north of the city overnight Saturday to Sunday. One of the worst such tragedies in the country's history. It left 33 people dead and 21 injured, 5 in critical condition. A senior fire officer and the regional governor told AFP, warning that the toll would rise. Rescuers were still trying to clear the rubble with a digger after seeking survivors throughout Sunday and into Monday, a resident told AFP. The 42-year-old lives a few minutes walk from the 42-year-old lives a few minutes walk from the block and said there had been some sort of evidence with music going on when it happened. That has been the news. Before I go, a recap of the major stories. From the news warhead, former President Obasanjo says Nigeria has disappointed itself, Africa, and the world. Governor Malam Omar Namadi calls farmers to support his agricultural revolution agenda. On the international scene, tension in Spain has no clear winner for general election. That has been the news on behalf of the news department. Our editor, Lukman Dahiru, our content announcer, Salma Adam Iko. I am Salamatun Aliman saying good night.